Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Yeah, welcome back to The Drop Show. We are here with Eddie Izm, otherwise known as The Izm.
Or just ism.
Or ism?
Ism.
What kind of is? So if we could, there's a little bit of a history in your bio that came out. What is the ism? Can you tell us a little bit about what the ism means to you?
Well, ism is like a play on the suffix ism, like communism, fascism, totalitarianism, capitalism, whatever the ism is, but spelled with a Z. And originally the concept behind it was, people live their lives, whether intentionally or inadvertently, conforming to some kind of ism. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I thought that, the purest moments in life are when you're not conforming to those isms and you're just, in it, like on the dance floor when you're just feeling something and, you're not thinking about those things that you conform to in your day-to-day life. But recently I've kind of geared it towards more of a community thing because a lot of my work I'm sticking purely to collaborations with other artists. And you can add ism as a suffix on anybody else's name.
Sure.
I mean?
Right.
So, if I work with anybody else, it's whoever ism. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
So, it kind of gives me the ability to kind of, incorporate other people and other art into what I do. Because, I think electronic music is more about community than other forms of music are, and I don't know. I see a lot of ego when it comes to the whole DJ production world, and I like to include as much as possible and give everybody their ism. So we got some media. So there's a track. It's a zombie. It's actually it's a collaboration I did with my friend Z.
Zombieism.
Yeah, it's actually a remix or a cover of the Zombies' Time of the Seasons.
Okay.
Shout out to Z on this one for the vocals.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Go ahead.
You gotta wait for the drop.
5 to 6 every Tuesday. When was this one produced?
A couple months ago.
And there it is.
Deep.
That stuff that they're calling deep house, that's not quite deep house.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
It's the time of the season when the love runs high, and it's time, give it to me easy, and let me try.
I like the idea of doing a cover. I never liked the word cover anyway, but as opposed to a remix.
Exactly.
There is a different, like that. Now everything is remixed, including your beverages,
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's remixed Gatorade,
You can't accurately keep track of music these days without a computer, especially electronic music, because there's so many remix and features and parentheticals everywhere.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track of who it is. You know what I mean? And I think there's certain beauty. There's so much beautiful music that I think that people kind of can bring their own life to without taking components of the original.
Sure.
Because that particular track was my friend Zbastian. He actually runs a really awesome shoe company called Why Are You. It's super hipster, cool stuff. And
super
he's
hipster, cool
super
stuff.
hipster, cool stuff. I don't know if it's cool to actually say hipster, right? But the thing about being hipster is you can never acknowledge being hipster.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, except with everyone's moved to two neighborhoods. Basically, it's Silver Lake and Williamsburg in New York. So if they're all living there, they have to acknowledge it.
Dude,
And I
Silver
live
Lake
there.
is so So we're
I
like,
also
so
lived in
2012.
Williamsburg.
So,
it's Echo Park now.
So,
Exactly.
so I've been working with you for, I don't know, what, 3 years now, maybe?
Since Nom.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
For a minute. Since I think it was like 2010.
Okay.
Which is like 25 years. In
Absolutely.
Years.
Yeah,
and
I know.
you're just coming on the scene from San Diego to Los Angeles, and making that jump and that leap, and it ended up being that you were leaped onto my couch.
Yeah.
Because
I
transition,
leapt
bro.
and slept onto your couch.
And at the time, Tom and I were working on the light suits and production, and like we were both gigging in the Studio 69 resident style, and like every month we're doing a weekly, we're doing a themed event and everything. It was a good time. I think that for early days of 69 were a lot of fun.
There was actually something really significant about that time. I think like in the electronic music and party scene in LA, like there were so many different aesthetics and vibes, and like the music was great. Like I think around that time there was like, it was really when like EDM was reaching like an apex of like what people could and could not get away with, musically, and it was fucking amazing. I remember that's when you first started doing the suits and everything. And one time I actually programmed some stuff in Max for Live for the suits. Actually,
Right.
that was a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Max for Live, I like that.
Yeah. Shout out to Max for Live.
It's the geek portion of the program.
Yeah. we're all geeks, don't we?
Yeah. No.
So
Yes.
I've seen you like progress for some time. There's a bit of downtime that you just had recently, which we're going to talk about in the lifestyle section. But
Downtime. In
Oh
the
yeah.
lifestyle section.
Oh, just wait. It's gonna be. It's a good conversation. So you've been going through various genres. You've hit electro. You've touched on a lot of it. You're very skilled. You can bust shit out super quick, which I love. You get a Mac, a laptop. He's down on it, and you can use whatever tools there and throw something together that's hitting it. And so your history, as far as a musician's concerned, where did that stem from?
I feel like the Solid Snake. That's like a total nerd reference of like music. I just like drop in, like take whatever's around me and like MacGyver it, But it's actually really funny. Like, I don't know. When I was in high school, like I was one of those weirdo kids. Like I never really had like an ethnic group. Because, like once people hit high school, it's like tribalism all of a sudden.
Yeah.
You're like So like my default was to go with all the weird kids, and like all I had really to relate to, and I had kind of a weird
the clique of people that don't fit into the other
yeah,
cliques.
yeah, the clique of people,
I'm familiar with that.
which was still a clique.
It is,
Right.
but
It's
that's
a
sort of by
fashion
default.
show, and I was actually like really like a runaway homeless kid. I didn't even have the right like different kid costume, but I had music, and for me, like I was a really rebellious kid, and like I listened to a lot of, still my musical taste as far as like non-electronic stuff, a lot of it's in like the 90s. Like I was really into Tool and Nine Inch Nails, and
Right.
through that I went to like really obscure metal and stuff, like stuff you wouldn't really think that I'd be in, but that's what I was about. And right when I could afford to have my own computer, and I was a foster runaway kind of kid, and one of the kids that I stayed with, he was a huge metalhead, and he had a bunch of guitars, and like I picked it up and I could just play, like it was I've always kind of been like that. I never had any formal training with anything. It's just kind of a blessing to be able to like just kind of piece things together by ear. And I think like because music was it was my therapy, and it was always really aggressive, and it went from like metal to like industrial,
Okay.
and then industrial to electronic music.
Okay, so wait, how much time do we have left? In 5 minutes? Okay, so speaking of the range that you've gone in from metal and industrial and kind of...
Yeah, that track was extremely metal that we were just
Oh,
listening
yeah.
Wasn't it though? I know.
Well, so there's another one that we have queued up. So this is Ian Thomas, right? Is there a link for Ian up there? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a video of what he's working on currently.
Well, this is actually the Entertainment Tonight clip.
Okay,
Could
okay.
this be the next Bieber? And of course, we're talking about the good,
The next
innocent
Bieber,
pop star Bieber, not the bad boy we were
Because
talking
we
about
definitely
earlier.
don't need another one of the bad versions. Am I right? Now, his name is Ian Thomas, and he's already got some #1 hits overseas. And Michael Jackson's ex, Debbie Rowe, is going to introduce you to him now. Why, Debbie? because she's directing his music video.
Sounds kind of like a Muppet.
Actually reminds me of Michael a lot. When Michael was younger.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, and the ladies love him.
I have girls sleeping in front of my house.
And the belt.
They'll actually play it on this.
Did they play it on this?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but the actual track probably have a better version of it. The actual track, I think we have is a SoundCloud link or is it YouTube?
No, it's a YouTube.
YouTube video.
Yeah,
Okay.
The video is called and the song's called Money. And if you have it, you can play it. Otherwise, I can just keep talking.
Yeah.
About it.
No. we should definitely play it. So this is current project.
Money, 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 money. Money comes and goes, but you will stay right here.
Hear the metal.
It's totally metal.
Yeah.
This is so Nine Inch Nails. But this is showing the skill level that you have. This is pop music, and it's done really well.
Well, and there's also like an amazing team behind this particular thing. Now, this is something that I would never think to do on my own,
Right.
you know? But, hold on. He's serenading me.
I'ma spend it on you, spend it on you. Come get this money, girl, cause it's waiting on you, yeah.
This part the studio added.
Dollars on the floor.
So, definitely, again, Tool is what I'm pulling from that.
Yeah,
I
I was really inspired by Maynard James
Okay, good.
Keenan,
Right.
actually.
Yeah. Okay, but the music's good. Like, I listened to this earlier before we queued it up, and we talked about it a little bit. And the fact is, like, as we're talking about, like, how prolificated like this EDM community is now, and the opportunity to have projects where we work with really talented people and put together music that a lot of people like. And, doing this for a collective of people who are reaching a lot of people is very important.
Well, and
there's
not only that,
stuff that you do for yourself, and
yeah,
stuff you do for others.
And I think that there's different expressions of things that you might do that you might. I mean, for me personally, like as underground as I'd like to claim to be all the time, like it's good. Like this would have been a track that would have just sat on my hard drive and I would have forgotten about.
Yeah.
And fortunately, an amazing team. Shout out to Musicians Ego, the great guys. Jeff and Chris. I came to their studio one day and they wanted to hear some of the stuff that I had. And that was one of the tracks that they selected, and they gave it new life. Before it was a really melodic and aggressive dubstep thing, and they made it into something else. So I mean, it may not be in my vernacular, but they made it into something, and I'm glad. And Ian's a talented kid,
That's amazing. So we're gonna take a break, but just to tease before we come back, talking about making it into something, we're gonna talk about lifestyle section. You making it into jail in Mexico.
Oh, prison.
It's good. Sorry, prison. Yeah. So when
It's
we come
the
back,
difference.
well, you're going to tell us all about it. We come back from this break. Take us out, Seap.
Welcome to The Drop Show. I'm Colette. Tune in to TRadioV.com Tuesdays from 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. TRadioV, radio in TV.
Drums. Do you like drums?
Drummers. Tell them about the show. Come on.
Well, we like interviewing only the best drummers in the world on Drum Smack TV. Isn't
The
that
best.
right?
The best.
Only
drummers
the
in world,
best. Only the
honestly.
best.
And then Brad. We interview Brad every week. But we actually talk about drums and drumming and drummers.
Check it out. It's an informal, interactive show that's all about drums, drummers, and drumming. Please check it out. It's pretty rad.
Smacking. Good one.
Smacking.
That's the drums. That's the smack.
Smack.
Are we all smacking?
Smack. Only on T-Radio-V, Drum Smack TV. Watch it. It's funny and good and all that stuff.
And smack.
And Brad will be there too.
That's right.
You ready? That's horrible. Do that over again. Well, I got it. Talk about your show. Ready? Go? Yes? No? Prompt me? Cool. Hi, I'm Greg Reitman. We're here on the green carpet every Tuesday at 2 p.m. here on TRadioV. On the green carpet each week is where art, music, fashion, and entertainment come together with the environment to make a difference in the world. Each week, a celebrity, a musician, an artist, or someone working in the entertainment industry will talk about what they're doing to change the world. Every Tuesday at 2 p.m. here on TRadioV, radio and TV. I got it, right? Yeah. Great.